Are you stuck in a rut, afraid, or even unsure of what to do next? Progress towards the life you've always dreamed of. As Hunter and Dusty share personal stories, interview guests, and talk candidly on how to make your next step a successful and fulfilling one. Welcome to the Next Step Podcast. Here are your hosts.
What is going on, everybody? It is Hunter here from the Next Step Podcast, and I am here with the one, the only, Trusty Dusty. What's going on, Trusty Dusty?
You're good, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good, because I know I can always trust you.
Yeah? Are we back to trusting me?
I guess so.
All right.
Yeah, I have a short-term memory. I don't remember things past like 2 weeks. So I was driving the car today, Dusty, and I got thinking about advertisements or pitches or people trying to sell me something in the past. And normally what these include, whether it's for fitness or business, to make money, mostly to make money, it's a very clear path. They make it seem very clear, very simple, which makes it, digestible and easy to understand. Mm-hmm. So they present you this offer. All you need to do with these three things, and these three things will get you to $20,000 a month in personal income and passive income. You know what I mean? Mm. You've all seen the ads, maybe. Maybe I just get targeted because I'm a business owner. But I was thinking about that. And then I was thinking about my own experience. Because now, although I'm not living on a beach, running my business from my phone passively, while Dusty slaves away up here in Maine, making me oodles of cash, we've had some success, and we've brought in, a good amount of money over the past 7 years. And I want to share with you my experience, at least, if you want to get to the level of multiple, I guess, like tens of thousands of dollars per month, what does that actually look like? And again, this is a brick and mortar business. I'm sure online businesses, and if you're going more of like a solo entrepreneurial route, it will look much different, especially if you're online, because you have less overhead in most cases. But when it comes to brick and mortar, you have a lot of expense. You have your rent that you might not have for an online business. You might have a little bit more payroll. You might have more repair costs or equipment costs. So those are things to consider, but it's not always a clear path. It's definitely not been a clear path in my experience. And I say that because I have enrolled in many of these courses that say, hey, we're going to lay out a clear path. And here's the thing. There are many minor steps before you can get to, if they say, here are the 3 steps. Step 1, I don't know, let's just say get rent, buy a building or sign a lease. Step 2, get customers. Step 3, do this. Like those big steps that they might say, there are so many micro steps in between that you don't even know about. It's one of those scenarios where you don't know what you don't know. And if you are ever seeing one of those things for a diet or for a money-making program or whatever it is, I want to help give you a realistic expectation. Because if it sounds too good to be true, I'm telling you, it always is. And if it was really so good of a deal, and you're just hearing about it now, it's probably too late. Like it probably worked for the people who started it, and then now that you're hearing about it, it might be too late. That's another thing that I have figured out. Dusty, have you had any experiences like this?
I don't know. I'm buying into something with the promise of results that never happen, that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, not that they never happen, but it's made out to be very simple. And then when you get into it, it's not simple. There are many things you need to do, right?
Yeah. The introduction to my fitness journey.
Yeah.
Those fucking Beachbody videos, dude. Yeah. They're all ripped and shredded and all happy, and they just show a little bit of the exercises and get ripped and 60, 90 days, whatever it is, and you put on the video and you practically die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's just not fun, and you don't get the results that they show.
I can actually look at our marketing and see some of that. And in our marketing, I think we do our best to be as transparent as possible about what we do. And in our most recent ad, we say, hey, in order for you to get results, you really just need to do a few things. I said, 1, you got to strength train like 2 to 3 times a week consistently, right? It's great for your muscle mass. You're going to feel better. 2, you might want to walk consistently, right? Walking is a low impact cardio. It's going to be good for your joints, but it's going to help you increase your calorie burn there, and just, again, good for your health. And then 3, you just want to understand what you are putting in your body as far as calories and portions. And if you can manipulate those 3 things, you will see success. And when I say those 3 things, it sounds pretty simple, but underneath those things are underlying goals and habits that you have to build up to. For example, we make strength training very easy. We just say, you show up and we'll take care of the rest. And we can do that on the exercise because we got a coach here. We'll teach you how to do it. But the nutrition piece, we can't do that. You have to do it. And for you to do portions, you got to learn how to track. Then you got to do it consistently. And then you realize, wow, I've got this one part of me that just wants to eat the same foods, so I have my safe foods and I don't have to scan other stuff. But then there's another part of me of wow, I'm really sick of this chicken. And so all these little hurdles come along the way, and you're like, whoa, this isn't quite as simple as I thought. I think in marketing, it's designed to take these complex topics, which, again, if you asked anybody asked you or I about nutrition or fitness, we would probably say it's simple.
No, it's super simple.
But it's not. We've just done it for so long that it seems simple.
I argue that. I'll argue there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very simple. It's just not easy.
I don't know, man. Well, I guess it depends in what context.
It's very straightforward.
When you first started coaching, right?
Mm-hmm.
We would have the workouts written,
mm-hmm.
and this goes for other coaches too. Workouts are written, and then their shoulder bothers them.
Mm-hmm.
And so then if there's not something written down, you need to know a modification off the fly.
Mm-hmm.
So that takes experience. And not only that, it's not just the knowledge, but it's the confidence behind it. The knowing, I know that this is the right thing for this person.
Yeah.
I'm
talking in regards to nutrition.
Yeah, in nutrition.
Nutrition's simple. You got a goal, you could really break it down to these are the 4 things you have to do. That's the bare minimum. Eat this much protein, eat these many carbs, eat this much fat. If your goal is in regards to weight loss or weight gain, you know what I mean? It's literally 4 metrics. Keep it within that, and you're good. So in that aspect, it's super simple, but it's so fucking hard to actually do.
But again, you have to learn how to track. You have to go grocery shopping consistently. You have to be efficient with meal prep.
You don't necessarily have to learn how to track, though, because there's apps for that, right?
Well, you still have to scan it, and then you have to learn how to weigh your food, which I think is part of it. There's all these different layers.
Which is all pretty simple stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I think the whole aspect is simple, but it's not easy. And in regards to fitness, that's not simple. You lift things and put them down, sure, but there is so much more than that. Knowing what to do, how to do it, modifying it for, individuals. There's so many layers, in that regard. But I get what you're saying. I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here a little bit and saying that nutrition is simple, but it depends on how deep you go with it.
It depends on your goal, because of course the further you want to go with your own fitness and how you want your body to look and how you want to perform, you're going to have to go into deeper levels and much more complex things. Whereas if you just want to be a healthy person. If you're a guy, you want to be like 15% body fat, like have a little bit of abs. You're not ripped out of your mind, or a woman like 23 to 28% body fat. Again, like healthy. Then you don't have to get super complex. But if you want to go below that, it takes another level of dedication and tweaking some of those big, you're no longer doing, again, going back to previous episodes, you're no longer doing the 80-20. Now you're digging into things that are going to take more effort with diminishing returns.
Oh, you're talking the 1% of the 1%.
Yeah, just like you, Dusty.
I don't know about that.
Tina was, hey, shout out to Tina for leg pressing more than Dusty this morning.
Oh, my freaking God.
She also did more than me, though.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So,
I got more range of motion, both of you combined. So
actually, I maxed out the range of motion on one of my reps.
One.
Yes, but still.
Anyway, good job, hon. Not to take anything away from you.
So, anyways, I don't think it's a long episode. I think it's just when you do see these marketing messages out there, if they make it to be simple, don't think it's going to be that simple. It is going to be much harder. There is going to be more complexity to it, and the program is good if they can unpack those things for you and make it as simple as possible. But there's going to be work. It's not going to be easy, and you're going to be much more prepared to be successful if you have that expectation than going into it thinking this is going to be a cakewalk. Anything in life, and again, this is coming from the guy who I've spent thousands, tens of thousands of dollars on courses, on mentorship groups to help grow my business, and spent thousands of dollars on fitness programs and nutrition, is that, yeah, it's not as easy as it thinks.
Well, you can look at it, in a different way. Like if something seems, like you said, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. But look at it like if somebody's offering you something, like look at how many people have actually achieved that, right? Like it's probably a small number, and if it is, they're probably either selling you snake oil or they're not telling you something. And so what was it, that statistic I was talking to you about? There are more millionaires than there are people with a six-pack abs, right? So like
That's crazy.
That's another thing. Like, these programs that promise you, get six-pack abs and get ripped in 30 days. Well, I can tell you right now, that's horseshit. So just things like that. Be aware of what people sell you. But I think there's something there though, with the in-between stuff. You know what I mean? Like how do we sell the promises, but also fulfill those little things to make sure that people get those promises? I feel like there's something there.
You mean like all right, here are the three things.
Like, yeah, like here are, if we were to sell three things to people, like what if our main goal wasn't, the three things, but it was the little things to get them there.
Well, that's what we're doing. That's funny that you say that, Dusty, because right in our online nutrition group right now, we just launched it. Man, what a great group we have in there. We focus on the little things. We focus on little things in the nutrition, exercise, accountability, your mental health. We have it all, and we customize it directly to you. And we really take pride in checking in with each other once a week, seeing how do we do this week on the goals that we set for ourselves. You choose your goals. It's kind of like a la carte your health and fitness, and of course we're here to give you guidance. But if you don't know what those little things are, we'll help you get there, and we'll help you take little steps along the way to build up to those big things that we're talking about, right? We say, the example we used earlier, if you want to count your calories, well, before you do that, there's a lot of little steps to get there. You got to learn how to weigh your food. Got to learn how to measure it, right? You might want to know how to cook your food in an efficient way. You might want to know which is the best app, to track your food, because there are different ones, and you don't want to have one that is really inaccurate or inconsistent, more importantly. And then, of course, without all that, hurdles come come along, and you need some accountability. You need a team there to help you when things get down. So if we don't hear from you, we say, hey, where are you at? And you keep hearing from us. Those are all little pieces that add up to you being able to track your calories successfully and ultimately, reaching the goals you want, whether you want to get stronger, you want to put on some muscle mass, or you want to burn fat. That's what we do. That was a really good segue there, Dusty. Thanks for throwing me the underhand softball pitch.
Sorry, I didn't even see that coming. Like I guess we already tackled that, and I didn't realize it. But yeah for sure. I think with that group, it's not about perfection. It's just about being consistent with building habits. We
just did a nutrition group, a 6-week program. It was a shorter term, probably more aggressive plan than we normally do when it comes to nutrition. We got some awesome results. We had people losing, on average, probably a little over a pound a week, which is fantastic. But if you actually look at how closely they followed the plan, I haven't done the exact math, but it looks around like people were like between 60 and 70% adherent. So even if you aren't perfect, like Dusty said, you can still see results. And this program is just about being as consistent. We say, hey, if you can hit 80%, you're probably going to see some progress. You're going to move the right. You hit 90%. You take small periods. You go for 90%. You're going to see some great progress. And so we help that. And if you do be consistent, we give you money and prizes.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching. I don't know. Where's Brad when we need him?
I know. I was talking to him the other night. I was like, man, we need to make like a digital mix board.
Can we do it right here? We've got A, B, C, and D on
maybe we can program some Brad noises in there.
I just want his Darth Vader one. We played Cards Against Humanity the other night, and Brad's a member at our gym, and anyways, there was a card he got that was like Darth Vader speaking. And he just had the perfect impression.
On point.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was like,
Luke.
I don't know.
No.
I can't.
Not even close.
Not even close. Yeah.
Nope, not even close.
But But anyways, Dusty, you got anything to add here?
I don't because I didn't know where we were going with this one. So you blindsided me.
Blindsided you like Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. So what brought this? What brought this anyway?
I literally just thought about this in the car when I was driving. It was just the topic. I really didn't go into depth too much. With my thought there.
So all right, let's dive deeper. What would you recommend to people? If they're being sold these things, like how can they?
Well, I think it's okay to do these things.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I think the main point is just manage your expectation, which I think is episode number 1 of this podcast.
Yeah.
Or 2 or something.
Yeah.
Manage your expectations. Not as easy as it's going to be. And be ready to put in work. Otherwise, you're going to feel like you lost your investment. Yep. I just think, and if you're looking into a program of any sort, it's very important that, because like most programs are going to be fairly cookie cutter. Unless it's like one-on-one, and even one-on-one stuff, it's probably templated to some extent. Like that's just the reality. That's the truth. So make sure there's really good support, like somebody that you can talk to fairly quickly, so you can get your questions answered. You can get the customizations you need. Otherwise, like for example, let's say you're working out in the gym, right? And then there's a movement, and you don't have the right equipment, or there's something that like bothers your back, right? It's important that you get quick support and find a modification on that. Because if you don't, like, it's just another reason for you to stop. And if you're trying to really build consistency and get started in this, you don't need more reasons to stop. That's what I found when I've had good coaches and bad coaches there. And I had a great coach, Ryan Muncie. And I emailed him. He would get back right away. And then I'd be able to tweak things. So it wouldn't, exercise wouldn't bother my back or whatnot. But if he hadn't done that, then I have to look for it myself. I'm sifting through a bunch of crap information. Then I have to test things that hurt me anyways. And I'm like, oh, okay, that hurt me. I guess I'm not going to do that one. And it's too late. It ruined the point. So look for something with good support. Also, just look for somebody who is doing something, like who is being successful in their whatever they're selling outside of just selling how to do it. So if there's a fitness coach, and again, this is controversial. This is controversial because I believe there are great fitness coaches, very smart minds who could write great programs. But I would say take a look at, if you're going to buy a business program, what is their business? Are they still running it? Is it successful? Or are they just successful by selling you a program? And that's it. If it's a fitness coach, are they in shape? Have they achieved the result that you want? Fitness is, again, a little weird. There are great coaches out there, but I think seeing somebody who's gone through your exact experience, like Dusty, for example. Dusty, you've lost like 70 pounds. You've been to the low points. You've seen everything. So a guy who wants to lose 70 pounds, it would be great to go with you because you understand that. Yeah. With me, like, I haven't had that weight loss. Now, can I help somebody who wants to lose weight? Absolutely. I've helped a ton of people, but maybe I would be better suited working with somebody who
wants tiny quads.
Oh boy, here we go. Those are fighting words, Dusty. Somebody who, is felt like they're skinny and they want to add some muscle mass. Like, I've seen not crazy progress, but I've had my struggles and I've been able, I've gained quite a bit of weight in the past year and in my past times. And so I feel like I could help somebody there, and I understand the mindset. Again, it's not just about the knowledge behind the fitness. I think the most valuable thing behind a fitness coach is their experience in what they've gone through. Dusty, you lost 70 pounds. The feeling that you were before you lost that weight and the feeling now, I don't know what that's like. But Dusty, you also don't know what it feels like to be fucking super skinny, insecure, and then want to gain weight. So we have those unique pieces there. And that allows you to have just a more personalized experience. So look for that, very specific. This is, again, a fitness example, but what are they doing? What have they done? That's it. Yeah.
Oh, I like that for sure. So it's not necessarily, I guess I wasn't really sure where you were going with this at the beginning. I guess I thought initially it was more so avoid these sales things, but your point was a little different. Like, it's okay to embark on them, but focus more on, putting in the work, because more than likely if they're a decent person, what they're selling is achievable, but it just takes, a lot of hard work, time, effort, consistency, whatever it is. So it's more so, I think, just a mindset thing that people need to change.
There's a lot of shitbags out there, don't get me wrong. Yeah. So do your research. But yeah, just it's going to take a lot of work. And then do it. And so I work for a consulting company, and we help, people grow their gyms. And almost all the time, these people who make big investments, they just don't take action on the things. Sometimes the act of investing or buying a program or investing in coaching, it's like a false signal. Okay, I just did action. I just took action because I bought this thing or I signed up for it. But that's just where it begins. You still have to do the work after that. Literally a program or a coaching package or whatever it is just there to help guide you and save you time from the research and avoid crucial mistakes that, again, will save you time and money. You still have to do the work, unless, of course, you can pay somebody to do it. You can't pay somebody to do your push-ups. You can pay somebody to make phone calls and do sales, though. So it's, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. We feel like when we give somebody money in return for something, it's almost like we're owed the result without having to put in any work. It's like if you went and you bought a guitar, you still got to put in fucking work to be able to play the damn thing.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You buy the shoes for the gym. You feel like you did something. You bought a book. You feel like you did something. You read a book. You feel like you did something. If you read a book, that doesn't mean crap unless you apply what's in the book.
Yep.
There are a lot of these actions that don't actually make your life better. They actually make you feel like something should happen, and nothing will happen because you're not doing something tangible in the real world.
But you read the book. You posted a picture of the book on your Instagram story. That that's
Reading book, hashtag knowledge. Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Like the only way you're going to get anything in return is if you create value for other people.
Yeah.
And that takes action.
Yeah.
You could read a book to other people. People would like that. I bet you could get somebody pay you $5, you read them a book.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be, but
So the moral of the story, shift your mindset, be willing to work hard. You can have whatever you want. And if not, I'll sell it to you.
I'll sign up. Dusty, what would you make a program on?
What would I make a program on?
Yeah. Like if you could like design anything right now that you would like want to sell, like teach people how to do, what would you do? I feel like it would be how to flip your home.
No, because I don't really. I got lucky there.
Buy your house before COVID, sell during COVID.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's a good question. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm like I have the knowledge in anything enough to sell something like that.
Well, I heard something today. It was a video with Alex Hormozy, and he talked about creating content, and sometimes you do have that piece where I feel like I haven't done anything. Why should I create content? Like, why wouldn't you just go watch somebody else? Part of it though is you are an expert in like a certain domain. So let's say, hey, maybe you're not the best, the most renowned trainer in the world, but you work with like 5 clients. Right. Well, you could actually speak to those 5 clients and the experience you have. Hey, this is something that's working really well. We'll just call them Susie or Alice. This is working for my clients, and I could be wrong, but this is what's working for them, and here it is. And so like that's interesting. I think that's valuable, versus like talking broadly like it's the end all be all, especially if you're not like the number 1 trainer guy. So I don't know. I think as long as you're honest about where you're coming from, and setting the stage, I think it can be very valuable.
All right.
That was an interesting perspective that I thought about when I heard that, and it's like, that definitely makes sense. So,
What would you sell?
what would I sell? I would want to like, I don't know. I'd want to tell stories about first with myself, and then about like people who are very close to me, about like how to make hard decisions for yourself to like move in the right direction. So I would tell stories about, again, myself and people in my life who I feel like I've helped at least like get over some of their mental stuff. I just have to like break it down into a framework, which, and then again, use the stories as examples. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I still have a lot of work as a leader. But I think anything, I'm very proud of that. Is there's nothing I love more than like finding somebody who has so much potential and like so much ability and talent, but then seeing them and like their mindset is just like keeping them down and keeping them from progressing when it's literally right there. Because it's, if you can just get them to like turn the switch or flick the switch or whatever you want to call it, then like life can change so quick. And so, I don't know, like, again, an example, I think, I wouldn't give myself all the credit, but I think I did have some impact on you and some of the things that happened. And there's some other people in my life who I think too. And then I had to do that with myself first. So, I think that would be kind of interesting.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I mean, I wouldn't mind paying that shit forward.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. But anything else?
I think that's it, dude. This was, started off short, but ended normal.
Started off short, ended long.
I don't say it end long. We're at like half hour.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Missed my joke.
Nope, I didn't.
No.
I just
Oh, come on. This is a funny joke.
just avoided it.
That was a great joke.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody, thank you for watching the Next Step podcast. Hey, if you haven't already, drop a review down below. Make it honest. 5 stars, 1 stars, whatever you think. Let us know if this podcast has helped you or not, what you want to see in the future. Check out our YouTube, Next Step Podcast, and drop us a subscribe if you want to get notified right when these come out. And as we talked about in the episode, we did just recently launch a brand new online basically wellness program. Includes fitness, nutrition, and we do it in a really unique way that is customizable to you, a great community, and we know that you can get great results from it when it comes to just like living your best life. I know that's an overused term nowadays, but it really is. So so if you want to learn more about that, go ahead and just like shoot us a comment or shoot us a message, and we'll get you the details right there. So thanks again for watching. And guys, I think when you listen to this, it's the new year. It's 2022.
It might be.
Unless we get it out ASAP.
Mm.
So let's have a great new year. And thank you for listening. We really appreciate it. We just 2 guys here in Maine putting out our thoughts. And again, a lot of this is just for us. We talk about this. This is pretty therapeutic for us. And, if it can be of value to you, then that's just a bonus. So
it's very selfish of us. Make you listen to our problems.
Yeah, but we do hope that you get value from this. And anyways, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again.
Thanks for listening.